The price of Bitcoin is going to be exponentially higher than where it is today in the next 1 week. So make sure to watch this video until the end because I will be going through short-term and macro timeframe charts that explain why the price of Bitcoin will be going parabolic next week. And you need to take action immediately because you can very much miss out this huge pump, which will be the next leg of the rally of the bull market that will happen by the end of December. So destroy the like button, subscribe to become a crypto kid, and the most important thing of all is to make sure your notifications are on all, because during this huge rally, you do not want to miss on important updates on where the price of Bitcoin will head to and when to take profit. But with that said, let's jump into the micro analysis first, and then we'll shift to the macro as we progress through the video. And at the end of the video, I also have a quick snippet from Dano Crypto and Carl from the Moon talking about Trump and of course Ethereum, and what is going to happen to both of those different sort of things. And I think they are very bullish, so stay tuned until the end to find out their insights. Now, in the immediate short-term chart, I mean the 15-minute time frame, I do see a bull flag forming here on CoinFlare. I am currently in a 20x leverage 0.655 Bitcoin trade. I'm just trying to see if I can show you the trade. There you go. So 0.655 trade. The current value is $67,000 and my average entry price is $102,000 for Bitcoin. And there's currently $3,000 in margin. I'm up 15%. My stop loss is at 99.9K. I predict that in the next 24 hours, Bitcoin will break nicely from this bullish pennant. And if you go to the 1 hourly time frame, you also have a rising wedge slash ascending triangle also on the 1 hourly time frame. If we're able to go above 103.1 with a confirmation on the 1 hourly candle, I think Bitcoin will be looking to make its way to $105,000, where there's $2 billion worth of liquidations piled up. And if you know Bitcoin, it likes to trigger those liquidations. So 103.1 is the point of breakout for Bitcoin to confirm this breakout from the 1 hour ascending slash rising triangle. And if you want to trade Bitcoin, if you want to long Bitcoin, as soon as that breakout happens, then you can go to the description down below and sign up to CoinFlare, because with this link, you can unlock up to $68,000 worth of rewards. If you can't trade on CoinFlare because of your geographical location, then WeX is available worldwide. So those two links are in the description down below. If you want to long Bitcoin, which I think is going to pump, you can do so using the links down below. So that's the 1 hourly time frame. Now we can zoom out to the 4 hourly time frame because there is a bigger rising wedge pattern happening. I know that in technical analysis, these patterns are usually bearish, but in this context for Bitcoin, this rising wedge, when you come up from a bullish price movement, then you can measure it and you can interpret it as a bullish continuation pattern. Because we also have an inverse cup and handle, in fact, an inverse head and shoulders as well, playing out right here, I think this pattern has a much likelier scenario of breaking towards the upside than to the downside. So 103.1 is actually the point of breakout for both, or in fact for all, of the rising wedge on the 1 hourly, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, and also the macro, the larger rising wedge that is happening on the 4 hourly to the daily time frame. So 103.1 is a very important level. I think Bitcoin will continue higher. We already hit the 1.618 Fibonacci retrace or extension level on the weekly time frame we spoke about on previous videos. Don't worry about it if you didn't hear about that 1.618 because it's already been hit. It was resistance on 101K for Bitcoin, and now we've trying to break above it, so I don't think it's relevant anymore. But congratulations to everyone that did long Bitcoin previously when we spoke about the huge bull flag that was happening. So to everybody that long Bitcoin there, massive, massive congratulations. I think now you have a second chance of doing it once more with this continuation rising wedge pattern. And the final thing that I want to talk about is, of course, this wick here. So all of these wicks that we've seen in the past 2 to 3 weeks has been actually beautiful for Bitcoin. Why? Because you want to liquidate everyone. When you go back to Bitcoin's price history, my headphones cable got stuck. So I'm trying to remove it in the same time. But basically, whenever Bitcoin hits a psychological level, an important psychological milestone with price action, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, you tend to see huge doji candles. So you do tend to see these doji candles where there are massive wicks both up and towards the downside. And the whole play is to just liquidate everyone, right? Grab all the liquidity, grab everyone's short liquidations and long liquidations, and then after you sweep the market, you basically create headwind to continue higher. So those liquidations, those wicks are actually super bullish. I know that many people got liquidated here, and I did as well with some of my altcoin positions. So in the short term, it was terrible, but now we have clear headwind to continue rising to the next targets of $120,000 to $130,000, and this you can derive from the macro, the weekly time frame, inverse head and shoulders, and also the cup and handle and the bull flag that we formed over the past few months. So all of those point towards the $120,000 to $130,000 range, and this is when I'm going to be taking some partial profits. Not everything, but at 120, let's say, we can readjust this later on. I'm going to be taking partial profits from this long position, and it will give me $11.7 thousand if I close the entire position, which I don't want to do so, but I will close partially at 120K. And then after we hit 120K, there will be one more move towards the upside where we reach $180,000. I know it's like too much back-to-back information, too much back-to-back price analysis, but I'm just trying to compress everything into a very short period of time. Just know that my overall sentiment is incredibly bullish, and that is why I am long on Bitcoin. Okay, so that goes over all of the TA on why I think Bitcoin is going to go up. Ethereum, I'm going to let Carl from the Moon and Dano Crypto explain it towards the ending of the video. So stay tuned until the end. Don't click off, because I think Ethereum is also going to have a very large move towards the upside. And I also have an Ethereum position set, which I'm waiting for the breakout to happen. Then hopefully we'll go into much more profits than Bitcoin, because I think Ethereum's breakout will be much more significant than what Bitcoin will produce. But yeah, we didn't talk about what happened in 2020. If you go back to 2020 Bitcoin weekly time frame, you can see that the series of candles here is identical to what is happening now. And the week after this second hammer candle, Bitcoin catapulted, and that's hopefully what should happen starting Monday, tomorrow. That's the final reason. Then fundamentally, we know that Michael Saylor is buying tomorrow. He's been buying like every single week. His average liquid entry price is now up to 60K. So this entry price is going to go up and up and up. And I'm super happy that my average DCA is actually now officially lower than Michael Saylor. And to me, that is a huge flex. And eventually, it's probably going to go to 100K, 130K, because he will continue to buy Bitcoin. I'm super bullish on MicroStrategy stock. I think it will continue rallying. But to be more on the safe side, I'd like to accumulate Bitcoin more than MSFT. Or not MSFT, MSTR. I think holding Bitcoin is probably the better option. On the 20th of January, Trump is expected to make the strategic Bitcoin reserve come to reality. Like day one, he's going to sign the executive order. And believe me, not everybody knows about this. I've had many sources tell me, including David Bailey, the CEO of the Bitcoin conference, that this is likely to happen. And when it does, we could even see Bitcoin trading at, I'm expecting 180K. At some point next year. I don't know if that's going to be in Jan or later on at the top of the bull market, but we know that this cycle has been a bit more different to previous cycles. So I personally expect anything to happen. The only thing that I don't expect to happen is a bearish move on Bitcoin that takes us down a lot, right? There is a daily bearish divergence, but it is not of concern to me yet. If we break above successfully here, then I'll be much more relieved and I'll be much more bullish. But let's see what happens. I think Jan 20 will be fantastic for Bitcoin, with, of course, Trump signing, hopefully, the executive order on day one. An important event to look out for next week is the FOMC, the interest rate decision, which will happen in 3 days. We'll be streaming it either live on the Moonshow channel or on the CryptoKit channel. But with that said, guys, make sure to watch the quick interview with Carl from the Moon and Dano Crypto, where they share their takes on Trump and Ethereum. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and bye.
I think right now what we're seeing is an absolutely interesting time when the US president is bullish on crypto and talking about Bitcoin, talking about crypto. And in my opinion, that is bigger than what people really understand right now. We are never again going below $4,000. Meaning that right now is your last chance to get Ethereum below 4K.
But I think that it's just literally like if you use that analogy of the water is starting to overflow, what's the next bucket that the institutions are going to go into? It's 100% Ethereum.